All right, so just to reiterate, today's training will guide all of our vendors on how to register and subscribe to City of Modesto portal, how to follow bids and proposals being solicited by the City of Modesto, and ultimately how to submit a bid for any of our goods and services that are being posted through the portal. As we go through today's training, please feel free to submit questions through the chat through Microsoft Teams. The City of Modesto team will monitor that and try to address any questions that we can through the training. If we are unable to answer the question, we do have email contact information, so we will 100% make sure to follow up if we do not have the answer to the question. This training is scheduled for an hour, but again, could be extended slightly based on any questions or answers that we gather. And again, our goal is to try to get through any specific questions that come through based on the training being provided today. So I would like to start off by introducing the trainers for today. I'm going to start out with Michaela. She's a representative from OpenGov that will go through some general information about the foundation of OpenGov. Carol Waddle, she is one of our senior buyers here with the City of Modesto. Melvin Roselle, he is one of our acting senior buyers, also with City of Modesto. And then Diane Love, who is our purchasing manager here with the City of Modesto. As I mentioned, today's training will be recorded. We do plan to post today's recording on our city public website, and I will actually go through our website to guide you on where you can find this information. And it will also guide you on how you can just monitor our open bids just going to our main website. So to kick it off, let me share my screen so I can walk you through our main website. So our main website for the public for City of Modesto is modestogov.com. So there's actually a few places that you can go to the actual OpenGov portal. So under the How Do I, there's a link under Find where you can click on Bid Opportunities, and it will actually take you directly to the OpenGov Modesto portal. So if there were any active bids that were active, you would see all of the projects here. So again, that will guide you to that section. In addition, under businesses, there's also under business opportunities, a link that again will direct you to the same website. And then the main thing that will have a little bit more content is on our purchasing division page that's within the finance department. So under government, finance department, and then City Purchasing Division, you will see our new homepage that we have established. Provides just general information about OpenGov, how to register, and then how to just set up general notifications. We've also provided a video that will guide you through the process to subscribe to our account that Michaela is actually going to be going through today. And then today's recording for the training that we're doing right now, you'll see a second video that will be posted by the end of the week. And you'll, again, have that available for staff or vendors that were unable to attend today's training. So with that said, I'll turn it over to Michaela just to give some general information about subscribing and just setting up your profile through OpenGov.
Thank you very much. Let me get this going here. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Can everybody see the OpenGov page?
Yes.
Perfect. So you'll take note of this email or this web address here, the procurement.opengov.com/login. That's where you will want to go. Over on the upper right-hand corner, there's a sign up button. You'll want to select that, and then you'll begin by typing in your email address. I'm going to put an address in here. We got an email address in here, and we just hit sign up. Okay, so now this is going to send an email over that's going to have you start activating your account. So we go over to your email. This is what your email looks like. And you have a blue button here that says activate account. You would select that. It's going to open the window to start setting yourself up in OpenGov. From this screen here, we hit start. You put in your name, last name, company name, phone number. Hit the next button. Type in your password. It's got to have a little bit of a long password here, so once you type your password in, you say next, and now you're ready to activate your account. The first thing that happens when you activate your account, you get a little tutorial of the different sections of your page. So we're going to go ahead and hit next here. I highly suggest you do this as well. This will run you through the response tab at the very top, which will show you where the proposals are that you are looking to respond to. Down here, you also have your saved proposals. So anything that's in draft mode. Anything that you're following, which I'm going to show you how to follow a project as well. And that basically what it means is that you can look up a project and you can hit a follow button that allows you to receive notifications on that project. This is your all responses here. So all proposals drafted and submitted by you, that's where that will be. You can find those there. Back up here to the very top and awards. This will show you the awarded contracts or projects from OpenGov users. Those will all appear there. Checklists. Checklists pertain to contracts. So if you are involved in being in a contract with an agency, you can go in and look at the checklist for. I'm sorry, was there a question?
I think someone, let me see if I can just mute somebody. I think there's just background noise.
Yeah, I think so. I think everybody's muted, right?
Yep,
Yeah.
I've already done it. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. So yeah, so back to the checklist. Any checklist that you might have with an agency for a contract that you're going to be going back and forth with, you can find those checklists here. Any agencies that you are subscribed to, you will find a list of those here. Let's see if I can log into an account that's already that already has some of this in here. So.
And Michaela, while you're doing that, I also just want to reference again to subscribe and set up the account. It is free of charge. There are no charges that are incorporated in regards to setting up the account to view the City of Modesto bid. So I again just want to emphasize everything is free.
Yes, that is absolutely correct. You can sign up for free. It does not cost any money to do any of that. Okay, so let's see here. Any questions so far on the email that you'll receive and how to get signed up? Okay, so one thing I also want to point out is that as a vendor, you only have to sign up to OpenGov once. What you do from there is you subscribe to different agencies. Okay, so like here we have a subscriptions. It's giving you a how do I find more agencies, so you can select that and it will run you through how to select, how to be able to subscribe to agencies. Okay, Over on the far right-hand side, you'll see your little profile bubble that has your initials. And in here, you can go into your settings. In your settings, you are able to update any information. So here we have your name. You can add a job title in here. Contact information. You would add your phone number in here. Address. Your email. So if your email was ever to change, you would update it here. And then the security, it has your password information. Okay. Also in your on your profile bubble, you have your company profile as well. This is where you would want to fill out your company profile. You would hit this edit profile button, and here, excuse me, you would be able to update all of this information in here. It has your vendor name, phone number, business type, all kinds of information. I do want to point out something in particular here. Let's see. You have the ability in here to also add documents. Oops. Sorry about that. You just come through here, fill out your information. I would definitely suggest filling out as much of this information as you can. It just provides agencies with as much information as they would need to look at your profile for any bids that they may be looking to award. Category codes here. You are able to add category codes for NIGP codes, NAICS codes, and the UNSPSC codes as well. The City of Modesto uses NIGP codes. So it's very important that when you're adding codes that you definitely add these ones so that when you subscribe to the City of Modesto, you are able to get the bids that they put out based off of the NIGP codes. Certifications, this is where you can upload certifications that you might have. And then documents. So you can upload documents up front like your W-9 form, certificate of insurance, and any other forms that you would like to upload here. All right, so now something else I wanted to walk you through is finding agencies to subscribe to, or even just looking up projects, solicitations that are out there that you may want to bid on. So coming to the networking section here, you can see a list of projects here, and you can start searching them by categories. You can also search by state. You can come in here and start looking at different agencies here, different projects. When you click on a project, this is what the project pages look like. Over on the upper right-hand corner, you see the follow button. Okay. And you also see the help center over on the opposite, on the upper left-hand corner. The help center has a lot of vendor guides that can help you learn more about how to navigate the OpenGov portal. There's vendor guides here. Right here. Here's a vendor sign-up guide. Talks about your vendor registration. Responding to a solicitation. Here's a good one here, how to submit a bid. When you click on that, it gives you an article that will walk you through how to submit a bid. So if it's your first time on here, something like that, you've never submitted a bid, you can follow these instructions here and you're able to follow through on how to submit a bid. You have the ability also to select this search bar here, which allows you to search a whole bunch of different articles. So you can just type in the vendor guides here. Right here. My search is not really helping me here, is it? Here we go. So this is a very important page here, these vendor guides. They have different videos in here. They're very short videos. You can see this one's like 1 minute and 21 seconds, and it's for a new supplier account. It walks you through on how to set up a new supplier account. This walks you through on how to subscribe to an agency, updating a profile, networking, following a project, submitting a bid, a Q&A section, addenda, notifications, support, and DocuSign. They're very short videos, like I said, and they're split up like that on purpose so that you, if you're looking for something specific like how to subscribe to an agency, then you are able to look at that video. So now we're going to walk over to the we're going to walk over to, we're going to go look at the City of Modesto site. So the website for that, this is called the public portal, and this is the address for that. So anytime anybody asks you for the City of Modesto public portal, this is the one that you'll want to give them. So when you select that, it brings you to the portal for the City of Modesto. Right now, you don't see any projects because this is just starting, and so there are no public projects right now. But when you come here as a vendor to subscribe to the City of Modesto, all you do is hit this subscribe button. Then here, you can update your information so that you are able to subscribe. Going to be some information that is required. Back up here.
And while she's filling that out, I just again want to reference that again, all of the links that I showed earlier on our website ideally are mapping to this link that Michaela's provided. So that way, again, you don't have to remember this exact site. As long as you remember modestogov.com and go to those special links that are on our main webpage, that will guide you to the same site that Michaela's showing you guys right now.
Yes. Another really important part of this too is that when you subscribe to an agency, it's going to ask you this here. You will be notified when this is going to say any new opportunity is issued. You can click the down arrow here and select some of these. So this is a new opportunity that matches company category code. So you only want to see things that match your category code. And then obviously you have the never option for, if that was to be the case. But definitely one of these two are the ones that you want to select. And that is how you subscribe. And so now that you've subscribed here, you can go to other agencies, and all you have to do there is also just subscribe. You don't have to set up a new account or anything like that. There's that help center again. Anytime you're on a portal, you're able to select the help center there that can take you to those vendor guides that I just showed you. Any questions?
All right. Thank you, Michaela. I don't see any questions in the chat. Again, thank you for providing this overview. Very much appreciate it. So now I'm actually going to turn it over to Melvin Roselle, who's one of our acting senior buyers. And he is actually going to go through an example of an invitation for bids related to services, and he will walk you through the process. And keep in mind, Melvin is playing the vendor, and everything that he's going to be showcasing today is the viewpoint that you guys see through OpenGov associated with an active project that's being posted and kind of how to facilitate the general protocol process of asking questions and then eventually submitting the bid. So I will turn it over to Melvin to go through that process.
Thank you, Deanna. So let me go ahead and share my screen here. All right, so as previously stated, once you subscribe to the City of Modesto, you'll be notified of any solicitations based upon a few factors, right? So whether one, if you subscribe to all solicitations, or if you are subscribed to specific NIGP codes. In this case here, we have a sample solicitation up, and this one's tied to the specific NIGP code here. Now, once you receive a notification through that the city has posted a solicitation, you'll receive something similar to this, where it's a sample email of a solicitation that was posted. Once you open the email, you can click on View Opportunity, and once you go to View Opportunity, you'll be brought into the OpenGov login page, and once you log in, you'll be brought into this overview of the solicitation. Now, take a note here. This is an overview of the specific solicitation that we have here. In this particular case here, this bid is private and it's not in our public portal. You'll see here on the top right hand here, once you click on the bid, you can follow or unfollow as needed to as well. You'll see here that gives specifics on the project. And if you go here, you'll see the different tabs within the project as well. So the first tab here gives a project overview as far as the when the IFB was issued, when questions are due, any addendums if needed to be issued, when the due date is for the bid is due by, and obviously the contract award date. Now, when looking at this here, there's some additional tabs on the top here that you'll see on this second tab here. You click on that. Well, you'll see that this gives you a project overview as far as the documents. If you see on the left table content side here, it has every section within the bid. So it gives you the opportunity to view all the documents, the instructions, the virtual bid opening specifics, general bid requirements, and then pricing schedule. The bid submittal as far as what's required, and then any technical specifications related to the bid, and then a sample of our agreement, and then a sample of the insurance requirements for most of our contracts here. Now, in this next part of the demonstration, what I'll do is kind of show everyone what the process of submitting questions. Once you review the project documents, you can submit questions to this bid. So go here. You'll want to go to the questions and answers section here. Now note, this is the landing page for the question and answers. You want to go ahead and click on Ask Questions. And then we'll go ahead and submit a few questions. Okay, so once you submit your questions, you'll see here that it puts it in a waiting approval status. So once you submit a question, the notification will be sent over to a City of Modesto representative regarding the question that you submitted. Now, once it's been submitted, the City of Modesto will have, I guess, a two-step process, right? So there's the first step of approving the question, and also too, sometimes a question may be rejected or declined or excluded because it may be a duplicate. So once your question has been reviewed and City Modesto representative has approved it, you'll see a notification similar to this, where a question that I previously submitted on a previous bid was submitted, and you'll see here that the question has been approved to be answered. So take note, once the question has been approved, There is a second step again that the city of Modesto representative will supply an additional answer to your question. Now, in conjunction to that, once if a question is excluded, you'll see here that this particular question that I asked was rejected, and it was because of a duplicate. So expect to see either a accepted or approved or a rejected response, or excuse me, excluded response. So we'll go here. Again, so you'll see here, as I refresh the page, that the question here was acknowledged and is pending for an additional response. Now, once questions have been answered, once the question has been answered, you'll see you'll receive another notification stating that the question has been answered. And I'll give you the question and then the answer. And obviously, too, if you'd like to review the response through OpenGov, you can click on that link and it'll bring you over to the OpenGov website. All right, so we see now that our third question was acknowledged. All right, so this is just an overview of the question and answer section here. You'll see here that as a vendor, I submitted my response. You'll see that my information here shows my information, but on the OpenGov portal, note that any questions asked pertaining to the solicitation will be seen by all vendors subscribed and reviewing this particular IFB. Now, your information, when you do post it, will be anonymous and it won't post your specific name or company. So just notate that information was only when in your portal, your information is only visible to you, and others will see an anonymous indication. All right, so the next portion I'm going to go over is how to submit a draft response. Now, in the overview section here, you'll see that on the top left-hand side, you'll see there's either a draft response here, or in addition, you can also submit a no-bid response. In this case here, we'll go ahead and draft the response to this solicitation. All right, so what you want to do is revalidate all your information to make sure that everything is accurate and correct. It looks like everything is correct, so we'll go ahead and continue forward. Down note, you can also save your progress by using the save function here on the top right. For this particular project, we do have an addendum that's been posted. So this addenda confirmation here, just acknowledging that you confirm receipt. And then this one here, notification here is acknowledging that any additional addendums posted in the future is the responsibility of the submitter or the vendor to review and acknowledge. We'll go ahead and proceed forward. We'll come back to this addendum section in a little bit. All right, so this is the bid submittal pack portion of the bid here. You go through, read all the the questions here, and then acknowledge as needed. So go ahead and acknowledge all these questions.
And as Melvin's filling in this information, so again, as part of the bid submittals, every one of these fields, if you see by the header description, there's an asterisk. So that is designating that it is a required field. So as you go through the process, let's say you happen to miss a section, it will flag it as red. And again, you'll see that when it gets to the completion where there is a checklist to go through the review. But it's again just very important that you read through each of the required fields and just making sure that you are completing all of the required information that's specified under each one of the fields. There are some areas that you will see that there is not an asterisk, like the one he's on right now, 2.8. You'll see that there is no asterisk, so that has been designated by the city that it is an optional field and that you could skip it and that it's not required. So just want to note the distinction between what's required versus optional as you're going through all of the required fields.
Thank you, Dina. All right, so we're almost done with this. So we'll leave this as optional as far as not filling this out and move forward. All right, so in this next portion of the bid section here, you'll see that we have yes and no questions. Now, if you answer the question as far as if you'd like for 3.1, do you have any exceptions? If you click on yes, you'll see that a new form will populate. What you can do is open up the form. And then once you open up the form, you can fill it out. And then this would be, so this is a sample of the form I just downloaded. From here, it's an editable form. You can go ahead, download it, read through the document. Right in this particular case, we'll put down any exceptions you need, review, sign, and then save the document. Now, please note when you save the document, you want to maintain the file name as close as possible to the name of the document. You may want to add specific indicators, maybe like the name of the business, in addition to that, the file name. So this helps the procurement contact identify documents as easily as possible. So again, once you have that form saved, you can either click on this field here to select the file, or you can drag and drop. So we'll go ahead and move forward. In this case here, I'll put no, we don't have any exceptions. And then here, again, I'll drag and drop my document for references. So when you drag and drop your document, you'll see that your file has been uploaded here for confirmation.
And again, how we have our bid structure in this specific example is again just making sure that every form that's listed, that we ensure that the vendor is completing it and it's uploaded. So we ensure that again you have a complete bid package that's being submitted. So just again want to make sure to reference, under each required section that's noted in the description of what form that it's addressing, that again, you're ensuring that it links to the file that's being uploaded. But the goal is to just ensure that, again, a form doesn't get missed. And that's why it's structured in the format that it's structured specifically for this invitation for bids.
All right. So if any additional information is required, you can submit that here as well. And then this last question here is just a submittal confirmation. Confirm that, and we'll move on. So now here we'll go ahead and enter our rates on the costing form. Again, you'll bring be brought over to the next section here to reconfirm your business information. Once everything is confirmed, you can go ahead and proceed forward. All right, so this is the last step here where you can review your bid package and submit a response here. You'll see that here that everything is green with exception of questionnaire. If a line item is green, you're good to go. You'll see sometimes a yellow notification. Yellow notification may be an indicator that information was missed, particularly in some of the questions that we answered were optional. In this case here, we see that there's a red marker here, which is a required field to be reviewed. So if you go ahead and click on that specific area, we can go ahead and review the error. And let's take a look at what we missed. Oh, we'll go ahead and put this number here. All right, so we resolved the issue. And then we can go back and press continue. All right, well, looks like we missed something else. Okay. We'll go ahead and put this in. Oh, so it looks like it didn't take that minute.
So I want to emphasize so that there's no confusion is that this 3.7 is what triggered him not being able to submit the field. All the other fields that Melvin completed were optional fields. So he could have bypassed those because they were designated as optional. So it was just, again, that section that he just uploaded the form was missing, that it would, again, allow it to process. So I just want to make sure it's clear so there's no confusion that, again, those other fields that were completed were optional and you should be able to submit the bid if those fields aren't completed. It was just that one form. And again, this is a good example of just, again, attention of, what's being submitted and just making sure to, again, validate that all the forms that are required to be submitted as part of having a responsive bid are being factored in your response.
Right. So you'll see now here, everything's in green with exception of the yellow indicator here. And you'll see that it gives a warning saying that the optional question was skipped. And we know that the question was skipped. So go ahead and go to submit response. And then this will give you to your response details. And you'll see here it gives you an overview of when your response was submitted. And then an overview of all the project documents that along with that. Now, as you scroll to the very bottom here of this, say you need to make a modification to your bid, you can do so. And if you go to right here, you'll see you can unsubmit your response. And once you submit your response, you'll be brought back to the project overview to go ahead and review all the documentation and make modifications as needed. Say, do you want to make a modification to your pricing sheet? Once again, everything is ready to go. You can go back to the submit section here, and then again, give you an overview of the where we're at with the project as far as red, yellow, and green. And I'm going to go ahead and submit the response again.
And just to reference again of being able to unsubmit the response, the system will only let you unsubmit your response if the bid deadline has not passed yet. So as long as, again, your submission is before that time frame, you can go in and make changes. But once the bid deadline has been incurred and forward, it will be locked down and you would not be able to unsubmit. So this is assuming that the deadline has not yet passed and you will have the option to be able to unsubmit to make any changes before that actual bid deadline.
Right, and then just in addition, this is the submittal response notification through email that you did submit a response for this particular bid. Okay. All right, so now we'll go over the again the addenda or the addenda process now. Now, when an addenda is issued by the City of Modesto, you'll see a notification in your email, and once you log in or go to the link through the email, you'll be brought to your OpenGov web portal here, and then you can go to this addenda and notices section here, and then you'll see that addenda number 2 was posted. You'll see here that you can see, once you click on it, you can see what's changed. And when you take a look at this here, you'll see that on the top here, 11 edits have been made. And you can utilize this scroll button here, where it brings you down to the edits to see. And you see here, any red indication, strike throughs indicates a removal. Any green is an addition to the document. So you hear something, you'll see this specifically where we modified the delivery services here. We line strike this particular language, and then we added additional language to it as well. Now, I will notate that here, if you did submit your response prior to the addendum being issued, we'll have to re-acknowledge the addenda. So when that happens, you'll go back to your addenda notices section here. There will be a red notification stating that you need to acknowledge the addenda. Go ahead and click on that and submit your acknowledgement, and you'll be good to go to acknowledge that. Now, again, if you need to, based upon the addenda, you need to unsubmit your response and resubmit it. You can do so under the response details here, and you can again go back to the very bottom, unsubmit your response, make the modifications, and then resubmit your response. Now, again, if there's time lapse to when your response has been submitted and another addenda has been posted, you'll receive another notification regarding the addenda, additional addenda has been posted. Okay, so with that being said, that concludes my part of the presentation, and I'll hand it over to Deanna.
Melvin, real quick, I did the question and answer section should now be completed. So just to close on that piece, so on the questions that Melvin submitted as the vendor, Melvin, you want to go and just go through the question piece of the responses from the City of Modesto?
Yes, thank you again. So you'll see here that there's the few questions that we asked were all acknowledged. Once a question has been released, you'll see here that there's responses for each of these questions here. For this particular question here, it did refer to addenda number 2. And then coincide with that, as a result, addenda number 2 was released here. Again, this is the questions overview where everyone, all vendors can review that are following this project can review the specific questions asked in order to help prevent, answer some questions that may have been asked previously by someone else, but also gives the opportunity for you to ask additional questions as well. All right. I'll pass it back to you.
Thanks, Melvin. So as demonstrated by Melvin, this process outlines just again one example of our invitation for bids for services. In this scenario, it was the on-call plumbing services. The bid submission could be slightly different based again on if we submit an invitation for bid that might have more complex pricing structure where there could be, instead of you guys filling out an actual pricing within the OpenGov system, it might be a link to a form that you would complete to specify whatever the pricing requirements are that was specified on the specific bid. So I just, again, want to call that out, that sometimes it might not be an actual table within OpenGov, but it could be a pricing form that we have captured just because of the complexity and the difficulty of structuring the pricing in the table format that's captured in OpenGov. For any solicitations for requests for proposals, specifically related to professional services, the format would actually just require the bidders to submit a complete proposal with the pricing proposal uploaded separately. There would be a couple just standard city forms that would be submitted separately, but ultimately it would just be one complete upload that would capture your proposal based on what the requirements are that are specified under that specific request for proposal. For any requests for qualifications or requests for proposals for professional service consultants related to our engineering divisions, again, proposals will be submitted with a pricing proposal uploaded separately from the actual proposal or the statement of qualifications as, again, a separate upload. And we will, you'll notice that there will also be just some standardized forms that would be required to be completed and uploaded separately. A couple examples would be our financial interest disclosure or the California Levine Act disclosure requirements. And then lastly, for our city construction bids, OpenGov will capture the general instructions about the bid. It will capture the virtual bid opening, but the plans and specs that would be captured for that construction bid would actually be included as an attachment with all of the required forms specified under the specification. So again, I just want to call that out, and it will be spelled out as part of the instructions that are acknowledged in OpenGov. The bidder will be required to, again, complete all of the forms and upload it through OpenGov. There will be some special instructions in regards to how to address the bid bond documents, because again, those will be required to be sent hard copy just because of the notary requirements and mailed to the city clerk before the bid deadline. But again, as I emphasize, those instructions will be captured both as part of the OpenGov instructions and the instructions that would be captured under the specifications. It is very important to just, again, ensure to read and review all of the content in every bid or proposal and comply with the instructions to ensure your business submits a responsive bid. Virtual bid openings for all of our formal bids and proposals will continue to occur. And again, the timeframes, the links to the virtual bids will all be captured as part of the instructions through OpenGov. So please refer to the dates and times defined in the timeline section of each of the bid. In addition, if there is a pre-bid opening, this will also be captured in the timeline, and any specific instructions, if it's a mandatory pre-bid opening, or just, again, just want to reference the importance of just the instructions that are specified. And then after the virtual bid opening has concluded, so again, if a vendor isn't able to participate in the virtual bid opening, we will post the bid opening results through OpenGov. I'm going to share my screen just to give an example of where the information will be captured. You will receive a notification similar to the several examples that Melvin provided. So you will be alerted that a notification has been posted, and ideally it should be the day of the virtual bid opening. Once you get the notification, it will direct you to the project. And then under the addenda and notices, you'll see a notice that has been posted that will have an attachment that will summarize the actual project itself. And then it will acknowledge the date, timestamp, who were the bidders, and if it's an invitation for bids, we would capture the bid amount for each of the vendors. If it is a proposal, then we would just list the name of the vendors that submitted responses. So again, I want to just acknowledge that that will be posted through OpenGov. And again, if you are unable to participate in the virtual bid opening, that information will be available through the notification that will be alerted through OpenGov. So with that said, that actually concludes the training. Again, just with the transition through our new e-procurement bidding portal, this is a change in regards to now everything predominantly will be electronic and uploaded through the OpenGov portal system, other than, as I mentioned, the exception with the construction bids. But again, I just can't emphasize the importance of just going through and reading through the instructions, and then again, using the question and answer section if there's anything that you have questions about. And again, a City of Modesto representative will ensure to respond timely based on the questions that come through. But again, I appreciate everybody's time and participation in the training today. And just, we all look forward to doing future business based on solicitations that will be issued for goods and services for the City of Modesto. And again, as I mentioned, just again, if you want to use this video as a portal, we will be posting it on our modestogov.com website under departments, finance department, City of Modesto, the purchasing division. And by Friday at the latest, the video will be accessible for you guys to access. So I hope everyone has a good day, and feel free, if there's any questions that you might have, you could reach out to purchasing@modestogov.com, and we are more than happy to assist any questions that you might have. And I hope everyone has a great day. Thank you.
Thank you.